Hi, so today let's look at iRobot, and Matt left a comment for me to analyze, do my quick 5-minute analysis of iRobot. And iRobot, I think their most famous product is the Roomba robot vacuum cleaner, which seems pretty cool. Now, if we look at just the surface of the stock, let's just get an idea. The 52-week high was at $48. And it's currently trading down to $30, so it's come down quite significantly on its 52-week high. They have a 38, the price to earnings ratio is 38 times, so it's earnings. If you take your earnings per share, take your stock price divided by earnings, we get a 30 PE multiple of 38, which is rather high. So it's interesting. I'm just going to pop over to the chart real quick. Let's look at a 1-month chart and see what happened. Okay, so back in April 29th or so, the stock went down tremendously. So I'm thinking there must be some sort of news. So I'm going to go to the headlines. I'm going to go to the press releases and see. First quarter results. That's always a reason for a stock to move. Okay, first quarter results. So revenue came in at 114 compared with 106. Net income was 5.3 compared with 8.4 net income. Quarterly earnings was 18 cents compared with 29 cents. Okay, so it looks like that's slowing down on the revenue and the earnings. That could definitely disappoint investors. Let's look at the key statistics real quick. All right. So this stock has a PEG ratio of 0.87. Anything less than 1 is considered undervalued. It's a beta of 2, so a little bit more volatile. The 52-week return is negative, which is unusual for right now. Most stocks are positive. And we have a quarterly revenue growth of 7.5%, which is really weak for a growth company. So a company with a multiple of 38, a PE of 38, they really need to have growth into 20% area, so that could be a disappointment. And earnings, quarterly earnings are negative, so the growth is negative, which they have earnings, but they've been going down. So these are all things I think have been disappointing investors. If we look at institutions, they're down to 70%, and the short percentage of float is up to 27%. That's a huge short percentage of float. 27% of the outstanding shares, the outstanding float, which is 28 million, are sold short. So that's quite a number of shares of stock sold short, a kind of a scary amount. If we look at 28.42 million times, we're looking at about almost 8 million shares out of 28 million sold short. So a lot of people are betting negatively, and that huge short percentage of float is pushing the stock lower. If this stock looks like it's set to go even lower, however, if the stock goes too low or the short percentage gets too high, the shorts are going to want to cover to lock in their profits. So there could be what they call a dead cat bounce, where stock may go up as the shorts cover to claim their profits, but it's not really based on good news about the stock. So the shorts are putting a real squeeze on the stock and bringing it lower. And I could see why. It's basically a former growth stock that has disappointed lately, so they're jumping all over it to make a quick profit. If we let's look at the financials real quick, and we see that revenues since 2011, revenues have been flat, and income's been coming. Net income from operations is becoming down, and so is total income. All right, so no big growth story here. Let's look at the technical analysis of this chart for the past. Okay, we have the past year set up. Let's pull up the 50 and the 100. Okay, so on this chart we could see that there's been a lot of fluctuations with the stock price and its moving averages, and this is a bad sign here because we have the 50-day right here was actually good times for the stock. When the 50-day crossed over the 100 and the stock price crossed over the 50 and 100, this was definitely three buy signals when it was 35 and it went up to 45. But now we have it crossing over the 50, the 100, and then the 50 crossing over the 100 here. So that's a breaking. It's breaking a support here. That's one sell sign. It's breaking the second level of support here. And once the 50 crosses over the 100, that's a third technical sign to sell the stock. The stock is in a downward. This would be three confirmations. The stock is in a downward trajectory. So I would not recommend buying the stock right now. And it looks like there's been some activity back up to 50, so it's not even an oversold position yet. So unless I'd be a little bit more comfortable buying the stock when it hits the 20 on the RSI, and you can see that there's these small bump ups when it does hit the 20, but at the 50 mark, I would be weary of it. 80 means you should sell the stock. 20 means technically you should buy the stock. So right now it's sort of in a neutral phase. Not happy. I would not be happy owning the stock. In fact, if I did own it, I'd probably sell it. Some people may be tempted to jump in on this stock to get it at what they would think is a discount, but I have a feeling that this stock will be trading in the low 20s, probably not too far from now. And if there is a market correction this summer, this stock could get sort of a big hit. It sort of has a negative beta. The stock market's down today, but IRobot's up. So that's interesting. So I think that if this is one to watch a little bit more closely. But right now, there's not too much to be excited about. The revenues are not exploding. The profits are coming down. They don't, particularly seem to have any new big products coming on down the pipeline. So I would be a little cautious with this one. Although, if you say we look at the max range of this stock, it has traded around this level before, but this is the Great Recession here, bringing it down to under 10, and not too long ago in 2013 it was under 20. So I think a lot of this growth here was that the love for technology stocks over this last sort of bubble that we've been in. So again, I'd be cautious with this stock. I would not be a big cheerleader for it. Okay, that's it for this quick analysis. Please leave your comments below, and if there's any stocks you want me to comment on or analyze in future videos, please leave those in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.